Man, the Washington Wizards are not a good team. I mean, I think we all knew that coming in, but they were really bad tonight. Even against a shorthanded, depleted Lakers team, playing without Anthony Davis, Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Christian Wood, they were pretty bad tonight. They could get nothing going, and they made the Lakers look really good out there too. And well, they actually did play pretty well, even against a really bad Washington team. And I know some comments are going to say, you can't talk about a win when they beat the Wizards. Well, we're not going to hype up this win, we're simply going to talk about the game and what I saw from it. Nothing of which was too great to take away, but there were a few good takeaways here. Some about the Wizards team and maybe a guy they shouldn't trade for, that being Jonas Valanciunas, and definitely not trade for in my opinion, along with the takeaway from Rui Hachimura as well. And beginning with that, no Anthony Davis tonight meant much more opportunity for Rui Hachimura, who had a team-high 17 points at halftime, tied with LeBron James, ended up finishing with 22 points, on 9 of 12 shooting from the field, 75%, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, 80%, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, ending with a plus 21 plus minus rating, and overall looking a whole lot better, with much more opportunity. And well, in my opinion, that points to him being a pretty damn good fit for coming off their bench. Whenever he plays without LeBron or Anthony Davis, whether they're out a game or simply off the court, Hachimura is a lot more confident and, again, simply gets much more opportunity out there too. I mean, when he shares the court with both of them, he pretty much becomes a glorified spot-up shooter, and for a talented offensive guy like Rui Hachimura, that's not a good role for him. If he would instead come off the bench and pretty much only play with one of them at any given time, besides finishing the game for them, which he definitely still would do here and there, I think that would be a better way to get him going. Swapping him with Dorian Finney-Smith, who is more of a catch-and-shoot guy and better fills that role for their team, actually shooting better from 3 right now, on a higher volume as well, I think that would be a really good fit for both of them. And to me, that was a big takeaway from this game. No, not exactly how well Hachimura played, even though he did play well. It came against a bad team, but simply about the opportunity he got and how that might be able to help their bench unit, which, by the way, currently does happen to be one of the worst bench units in the entire league offensively, and I think Rui Hachimura could help them out with that. Apart from that though, another takeaway from this game happened to be Jonas Valanciunas and how terrible he is defensively, even against a depleted team like the Lakers tonight. I mean, rightfully so, but LeBron continuously went at him during the first half, attacking him off the dribble and really targeting him in pick and roll plays, which led to a bunch of scoring opportunities to their team. I mean, Valanciunas can barely move out there, has literally no lateral quickness left, and is overall a terrible defender. I don't know why some people want to trade for him so badly. I wouldn't give up real assets for him, and unless you're talking about being bought out in the buyout market and getting him for virtually free, I would not be interested in picking him up. I mean, even if you want to try to somehow ignore that terrible defense, he was pretty bad offensively out there too. Pretty much getting stopped by a combination of Jackson Hayes and Trey Jemison, and that's never a good thing. He shot 1 of 8 from the field overall, ending with 5 points, 12.5% for the field, missing his only 3-point shot attempt, and overall kind of getting pushed around out there by them too. Never a good thing. And again, in my opinion, he would be a terrible trade target for their team, and if you go back and watch the game, you can tell why he would not be a good fit for their team too. Apart from that though, gotta shout out LeBron here, he played great, looked much more energized in this one, didn't commit a single turnover, and that's definitely the biggest takeaway here in my opinion. After committing 8 of them against Philadelphia, 5 of them against Charlotte, 13 combined between the two of them, and yet he had 0 turnovers tonight. The first time he had done that in quite some time now, and 11 assists to go with it. Efficient playmaking night for LeBron, 24 points to go with it, and that was my biggest takeaway from him tonight. After that though, great minutes off the bench for Shake Milton, probably his best game as a Laker thus far, and even before it became a blowout too. He came in during the second quarter and gave them good minutes, both offensively and defensively, and that translated throughout the entire game. Ended up with 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals to go with it, and with that, he might have earned himself another look within the rotation. Then last but not least, gotta shout out Max Christie. I mean, we barely talk about the guy because he's been so damn consistent for their team, but it's not been anything flashy, anything that great on a game-to-game basis, offensively anyway. Nothing to point to in the stat book that often, but the guy's been so damn consistent both defensively and offensively, we gotta show him some love too. With that being said though, I'll let you hear what JJ Redick had to say about it, and how they can translate this play going forward.
Comfortable lead throughout. What's a takeaway from a game like tonight?
A few things. First of all, ask the guys to play with an edge. I thought they did that. We were the instigators. did not intend for some of that edge to be taken out on the officials by a couple of our guys, but I liked that we were angry tonight. We played angry. Overall, just execution was great. And then, it's a big deal when 3 of your top 7 guys are out of the lineup, and you can bring guys in that haven't necessarily been in the rotation, and they make a big impact. I thought Shake in particular led that. Just a great spirit and energy, got us organized, obviously scored the basketball as well. Trey was awesome, and that group, even just to finish those last 10 minutes of the fourth, they just played the right way, and that was indicative of how we played the entire night. We played the right way on both ends. The guys should be proud of their effort and execution tonight.
A couple days now before you get the Knicks on Sunday, and I'm sure you'll kind of wait and see for Gabe in terms of if you can come back. But is that part of what you just said? Is that part of what you want to try to take into that game against a team that's playing really well?
Yeah, I mean, every opponent is different, and I think our guys will be ready to go Saturday night against the Knicks in the Garden. Hopefully, Doe is available. Hopefully, Gabe is available. But if they're not, next man up and continue to play the right way, which is we did tonight.
You mentioned Shake and his spirit. Since joining the team, he's had his fair share of struggles. How has he maintained that spirit behind the scenes in terms of, and then obviously into the night that he had tonight for you guys?
Yeah, just, look, it's hard to get traded midseason. It's hard to get traded midseason and be in and out of a rotation. I think he just showed a very professional approach tonight.
JJ, what did you think of Jackson, and how did he kind of handle the starting center minutes?
Again, I thought everybody played well. Jackson put pressure on the rim. Defensively, he was fantastic. We had a lead, but we don't get a call on one end, and they throw it ahead, and they've got a 3-on-1 or a 4-on-1, and he goes vertical and prevents a layup. And we go down, and Bron, instead of going for 45,284 points, decides to pass to Vando and give Vando the dunk. But that play from Jackson was awesome, and I thought that was really, you can get trapped a little bit by the score and not give multiple efforts, and there was not a point in the game where we didn't give multiple efforts.
This 3 and 4 for you guys. Obviously, they're really struggling right now, Washington. How was LeBron's energy as a tone setter tonight?
Oh, he was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome. I think he was aggressive. He talked. Just his willingness to trust his teammates and create for others and create for himself was awesome. And don't overlook the fact, by the way, that he's 40 years old in year 22 with every accolade under the sun, and he comes out on a Thursday night that's a non-nationally televised game against a team that's really struggling, and he is the tone setter. It's again, competitive stamina. It's impressive.
Staying on LeBron, he's been shooting these logo threes as part of his pregame warm-up. He hit one tonight in the game. Is that something, I know you guys don't scrimmage very often, but is that something you've seen him do in scrimmage situations since you were coaching the team? And just kind of what do you think of him shooting that shot?
Probably took a couple in preseason. During, those was really the only time we scrimmaged. But, he practices the one-legged shot. I know he's taken 4 of those this year. Practices, I don't have a problem with it. It's an open 3.
And Bronny, coming off the struggles in Philadelphia, you said that fourth quarter unit played the last 10 minutes. You thought they really played the right way. He was part of it.
He did a lot of really good things tonight. Thought he made a couple really nice passes defensively. He was great. Again, it's building blocks for every young player, and I think tonight was a good positive building block for him.